So I hear a lot of y'all throw this term around. There's nothing new under the sun. I hear it a whole lot. Been hearing it all my life, right? As a matter of fact, the previous video I didn't say that, but I heard it in that video, that feed I was talking about. I heard someone, mention that there's nothing new under the sun, right? On the fam. But do you guys believe that the sun is an actual real being? The person who made that statement, any of you in this world society, do you believe that the sun is an actual real being? You know the sun is real, right? Because if the sun wasn't here, your asses wouldn't be here in this material reality, right? You wouldn't be able to survive, right? Because he's doing the duty. Do you believe that the ground that you actually stand on, whom is my mother, family are right here? Do you believe that the moon, right, who shines in the night sky, do you believe that she is actually real, right? Now, I can verify any of this stuff for you. Have said it over and over again repeatedly, right? And somehow, the egos of men and all of the things that they've learned in this carnal existence through a few pages of a book that was written by men and and captured some of that information and withheld and stuff, because you guys know this. You know that all around the world, like I was saying, various world leaders who hold uh, 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 who are held in high regard on some level and with concerning spiritual doctrines. You guys revere these people, right? And you know that they're hiding things about the doctrines that you don't have. There are a few people online that I actually like who actually are waking up to this. I'm not going to mention these people, but they're gaining a body of knowledge from other sources all around the world. And all of those sources have relative information because they're talking about good versus evil. And that's the real thing we're talking about, right? You're living in this land right here, and there are lands in the four corners of the earth, the four winds you guys don't know, but the four corners of the earth, of the globe, right? All around the world society, right? There are men and women and people, right? And there are doctrines, right? And those doctrines either give praise to the most high source creator who creates life, or our understanding of the devilish deeds and evils that exist in this world that are perpetuated by evil beings, right? Demoniacs, demons, right? Dark angels, whatever you want to call it, right? You know that the Most High holds all things. I hear you guys speak on this, and you're right. You're absolutely right. You say that He holds the good and the bad. He does. And I tell you guys that He holds the positive end of the universe and the negative end, right? You understand there's heavenlish worlds and they're hellish worlds. And that's all about vibration, folks. And that's actual technical science as well for you atheists, right? You can look it up and you see that there's positive energy and negative energy, and that's the full balance and spectrum of the universe, right? Right? So do you actually believe that the sun that you know is real on some carnal level, right? Because your asses go to the beach and you frolic in the sun and you stand out there and all of this stuff, and you know, and you say the sun loves my skin and the sun loves me, and you say these things, but do you actually believe that he's a real being? If you don't know him personally, then you don't really believe he's a real being. You understand? Because see, you're speaking on him. You're doing the same crazy shit that everyone else is doing, right? You're being egotistical. You're knowing and recognizing that the sun and the moon and the earth are real. You're recognizing that all of these planetary bodies that you perceive from that level as planetary bodies, you're recognizing that they're real and that the stars are real because you're fucking seeing them. But then when I tell you that they're actually real, then you break down some kind of way. Then you start talking about false gods and all of this stuff. And all of you say relative things, and all of you are saying things on some level, and all of you have a little piece. You talk about the chariots, right? And the chariots are absolutely real. Why? Because you fucking see them and you read about them in your doctrines, right? But do you know them personally? Personally meaning that you know them up close. I'm talking about touching up close. You know them like that because you know who pilots the chariots. You understand it. That's called his science, right? So I want to talk, and followed up that video because I was a little upset. And I always do this shit. Y'all bear with me. I know y'all laugh and shit, but I get upset because I hear something, then I blow off, and then I have to calm down, and then bring it back in and then reflect a little bit, and then I want to just lay it out and be calm about this and talk to y'all about some things, right? Hold on 1 second, y'all. So, the best of your doctrines that you can get your hands on around the world are saying that this is the end time, right? Right? Now, let me let you guys understand something about me. I am not subscribing to any doctrine. That's the point I'm trying to make to you. I see the relative truths in all of your doctrines because I can verify those things because I know the heavens. You don't know the angels. You don't know the angels. You don't know the chariots. You don't know the heavens. You don't know the sun. You don't know the great thunder, right? You don't know the great winds. You know the four winds that you talk about are bringing this destruction that you're watching, but you don't know them personally. That's very important, folks. Because, see, I'm not trying to argue with you about fucking doctrines. Whether you're talking about Hindu culture, whether you're talking about your biblical doctrines, but all of you are saying similar things, aren't you? You're saying that there's a new day coming, aren't you? Right? When there are devils, the demoniacs, the evil spirits of this land who have captured us all in flesh, when we're free from that, right? You're all saying that, right? So isn't that the truth? Isn't that the relative truth that we want to focus on tonight, right? You understand what I'm saying to you? We've been going back and you guys do this is what humans do. This is why you guys can never agree on anything. But see, in a new day, I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Let me calm down. I'm trying to get you guys to understand. In a new day, it's going to be one way, or it ain't going to be no way at all for you guys. You understand? Because see, you're talking about the chariots, but you're speaking about the hand who controls those chariots. You're disrespecting the hand who actually controls the chariots. So when the ground opens up on your ass, and by the way, I just saw a feed somewhere where the ground opened up today, right? Shit caved in, buildings and shit just, right? You understand what I'm saying to you? Why is Mama Earth, whom is my mother, why is she doing this, folks? She doesn't like somebody. Somebody's getting wrath, right? The Lord does not differentiate between your punk asses or somebody on the other side of the globe. He's looking at your heart and your vibration, folks. You understand now, let me say this. If you are one of those original people who are connected to him, no matter what part of the globe you're on, because I hear you guys say that too. You said you're scattered about amongst the globe. What does that mean? Doesn't that mean in India? Doesn't that mean in China and all of these different places that there are people? And actually, that's fact. I told you guys, I remember the video a couple of videos back or something, maybe. But I was talking to someone and I was trying to explain to them about how I discovered that, like in the Philippines, there are folks that look like me in the Philippines that were already there. But when they got colonized by other folks, right, they got mixed out and they got chased into the hills. So they're not shown because the people there in present day are doing the same shit that you're doing here. They're treating them and ostracizing them and demonizing these people all around the world, and that is the story. Those are the people who are in relation. You call them different names. I used the name in the last video because I was being specific because that was what the person was speaking on. But I was trying to show you that I'm just not trying to dismiss your doctrines. I'm just trying to tell you, and I've asked you before, what in the fuck do you want me to do? Yes, I grew up with the biblical doctrines. Yes, I've studied doctrines around the world, but then I met the sun. The Most High came to me and I met the sun, the moon, and the earth. I'm living on the earth. I see the moon at night and I know the sun during the day, right? Know them personally, folks. What do you want me to do at this point? You want me to not listen to the sun, folks? You think he doesn't know what he's talking about, folks? You think Mama Earth, who was here from day one, not 1,000 years ago, that's like a damn cough to her. That's like an eye blink or something. 1,000 years ago was nothing to her. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you? We're going back. I'm talking about day one. You don't know how long that that the human breath has taken on this planet. You don't know how long that's happened. You don't even know these things, but I can verify a lot to you. And in the new day, the best of you will get to see this. All of the worlds that are surrounding us, folks, the heavenly worlds are beyond your vibration, folks. The heavens are beyond your vibration. Their duty is to administrate this material reality for you. The Lord moves you. His name is Vishnu, and he moves you around in lifetimes. He does carnate you, don't you? Doesn't he? Now, your doctrine said biblically, in the Hindu doctrine, it says the same thing about carnation and all these different doctrines around the world. So you're really being egotistical when you're looking at somebody and on a base level, you're looking at their way of life, you're looking at how they talk or how they look or something, and you're using that to judge the measure of their higher spirituality. And that's what you're pretty much doing. So you're being racist on a certain level because you're looking at someone you don't know and you're immediately assuming that they're worshiping the devil. But the Lord holds it all, right? The demoniacs, the demons, whatever you want to call them, they're the dark energy that's enslaving your asses. Now, all of the nations around the world in this modern time have bought into that demonry. They're all in one bed together, folks. They all have wars together, right? They all cheat their publics together. They all have fake rulers who lie, cheat, and steal, who are part of some secret behind the scenes thing that you guys don't understand. The Lord sees it all. No matter what nation you're from. I'm not subscribing to any doctrine, folks. But I'm telling you about the commonalities that are actually true, folks. That's what we're going to do today in this video. This is part 2 to that previous video. That was a little ranty, the first one. But this one, I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit because I was a little upset. And when I heard these things, right? So when you look at the fees and you hear them talking about this quote unquote space exploration, this stuff that they want to do, I explained to you that is going beyond your material reality. That is going into the heavens. I explained to you that all of the worlds in the heavenly vibration have abundance, folks. They have technology beyond your understanding. And in the new day, we will be ushered into that. All of the things that these devils want to do, they're not going to be allowed to do because, see, they have enslaved you with the little bullshit that you have right now. Fire and shit. You have fire. You have little basic elemental things you have access to. And what did you do with it? You took that and made nuclear bombs and you fight all day and you make guns and kill each other and do all this foolishness. And there are spirits that exist in men in this present day that have existed over these generations that have done this evil, right? Who look at me in this suit and don't like the suit I'm in because there's some kind of narrative that they want to push, but it's not going to happen. All the doctrines around the world are saying that, right? Now, men around the world are lying to you, whether they're in this culture or that culture. They're doing the same thing to their people. They have billions of people. They have more people in that country than you have in your country right now, right? So it's very important to get a grab on those people too, right? Those people with the real vibration that are all around the world. All of the nations are getting God's foot up their ass, the Most High. He's putting his foot up their ass because he's disgusted with them for the things that they do, which is all the same. They all follow each other. They all emulate each other, right? You got people that have suits like me that are literally doing things, fucking bleaching themselves. I mean, just foolishness. You have all types of foolishness going on in this world society, and it's going to be ended. For the little 5 of you, that's who I'm talking to. That's why I don't give a shit about what y'all think, really, right? Y'all look at these different people online and they have these followings. And, by the way, I'm not here to do super chat and, and get donations and, all this bullshit. See, that's part of the world mechanism. See, the hands I know, they will end this motherfucking YouTube. You understand? When the Lord gives